Hello, ladies and gentlemen, here on YouTube. I'm looking forward to doing my podcast with you today. So, if you're ready, as you guys know, the book of the month for June is The Processes of God. But today, we want to talk about an interesting subject for a few minutes, and I'll continue this probably next week as well, which is how to deal with family members that are toxic. All right, so if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and go for it. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another podcast of Thoughts Become Things. I'm Jeremy Lopez, and so glad and honored to be with you guys today. Today is an awesome, beautiful day today. It really is. And I'm excited to be with you guys today on this beautiful Wednesday morning. And let me remind you guys, and also those that are watching me live on YouTube at the present moment as well, that tonight, that's right, tonight, the 18th of June, at 6 p.m. Central Time, we will be doing our Prophetic Live Night event for those of you on Instagram and YouTube as well at 6 p.m. Central Time. And I'll be teaching something really explosive you guys will really like. And then we'll go into some prophecy, some prophetic words. So please tell everybody you can, your family members, your friends, your foes, your everything. Put it on your news feed. I'm telling you guys, put it on your news feed. What many of you can do actually is we usually have a day or two before on Instagram where my team puts a amazing graphic, a meme, sometimes a little tiny meme with a video to it that actually you can post to your newsfeed, and that way other people can see it as well. So I would encourage you to do that. That way other people can see it by you advertising it for it. Because who knows, I might have a prophetic word for one of these people that might set them free and never know and completely change your life forever. So today I'm going to talk to you guys just for a few minutes on basically how to deal with family members that are toxic. How to deal with family members that are toxic. This is a very important subject. So I'm going to be brief today with a couple of points, and then maybe we'll continue it next week as well. All right. So first rule of thumb when we deal with toxic family members is we have to learn to avoid, first of all, isolation by seeking support. Now, let me explain to you what that means, okay? Because when you think about avoiding yourself to get isolated when you actually do have toxic family members is you want to be able to make sure that what that means is you have support maybe of other family members that are for you, or maybe friends that are for you, or maybe just outside counsel. I think the best conclusion I've come up with from a psychological point of view and also from a counseling point of view is basically try to get support outside of your family if possible, because a lot of times when you do happen to get support from family members that are for you, a lot of times it can be a little harsh or bad, because then it's almost like you're choosing sides, you're making them choose sides, and then you're putting them in bad positions as well. But if all possible, if it's something that everyone in the family recognizes, that maybe a couple of family members that are, because let's face it, not your entire family is going to be toxic. I mean, if your entire family from brothers, sisters, mom, and dad are toxic, I'm sorry to tell you something is really wrong with that picture. I'm going to be very honest and blunt when I say this, and I say this to my clients, my customers, my friends, my pals, my enemies, and that is this: you're going to have to start taking a look at yourself, because not everybody in your entire family is going to be toxic to you. Okay. That is just, that's very extremely rare if that every brother and sister and mother and father and cousins and aunts and uncles will be the toxic to you, unless you're just got a bad attitude. All right. And as, who was it that sang that song in the 80s? I got a new attitude, Patti LaBelle. Yeah. Unless you got a new attitude and you've changed, you know what? Then it probably is you. So make sure you try to get people that support you. Let's say maybe a local group around you that you can go and talk to, maybe friends at church, not to gossip, but friends at church that maybe can support you and maybe possibly weigh out both sides to help you. One thing you do not want yes people, and you do not want people that's going to be just sort of, always agreeing with you, because then it just turns toxic itself, because people that are just agree with you 24/7, they're toxic to you. Come on, because it's the truth that sets you free. So do you really need somebody to agree with you or to be on your side? No, it means get support from people that can be non-biased, but truly love you and can have your back, and seeing a real crystal clear picture of both sides and analyze it properly to be able to help you. And most of the times you need really professionals to help weigh that out for you, to know how to be able to walk through your journey. Now, the next thing I would encourage you to do is make sure, and once again, with that one or two people that are toxic in your family, you want to make sure that you set clear boundaries and communicate them consistently with people. Because what you want to do is if you have one or two people in your family that are toxic, it's not wrong or bad if you know that you have done what is right and you know that you have apologized for something maybe that could be your fault. A lot of times people come to us and they say, well, so and so hurt me, or you hurt me, and so and you think to yourself, well, you're just a big baby, or you're just overly sensitive, get over it. Well, no, because people deserve to have the right to know where they are and their oversensitivity. So once again, clear your mind, clear your thoughts, clear your heart by making sure you say with a sincere heart, "Hey, I'm sorry. If you took that the wrong way, or if you took that the way that you perceived was bad, I am truly sorry. My heart never meant to convey that message to you." You need to use that kind of language because the truth is, are you truly, really, extremely sorry? Are you truly deeply sorry for what you've said or done? Or because here's the key thing: you can't go by, well, I didn't mean it bad, so it's their problem. Stop doing that, folks. Because the truth is, I'm gonna be honest with you, that shows a little toxicity on your part. Because what you're saying is it all matters on how I see it and what I meant. No, it's not all about you. Life is not all about you. All right. It's about the fact that other people can perceive things wrongly. I have friends of mine who are very blunt and they come from the North. No offense, Northerners, because I love you guys majorly. They don't beat around the bush like us Southerners, and Southern people sometimes will just, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Their whole words, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And sometimes they'll knife you in the back. Now, once again, that's not, the consensus for everything. It's just sort of funny memes you see going around, like, oh, God love you, honey. And they turn around and say, that's sorry, so-and-so, But my point being is sometimes Southerners can be overly overkind and oversweet, where it's like, almost like, sometimes it's okay. Then sometimes it's just nauseating because it's like, just tell it to me bluntly. Don't always say, "Oh, you look good. Your hair looks good. I love that shirt." You don't have to butter me up. I don't even have any hair. But a lot of times just don't, you don't have to butter people up. Just be honest. Hey, hey, you're an awesome, you're my best friend. I love you to pieces. I just don't think that really shirt fits you that well, I'll be honest with you. I don't feel like it really enhances, who you really are as a person. That's what you want to say. I actually love that. I really love that language. I'm like, thank you. So anyway, but some people have problems with Northerners because they don't say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and blah, 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 and I'm like, it's okay. They don't mean it ugly. It's just a race to say yes and no. It's okay. So anyway, so my point being is, I like a little bit of bluntness. I like a little bit of truth. You don't have to be ugly about it, but I like a little bit of truth. I like truth totally. But I mean, you can be sweet and kind and gentle when you say the truth, but you can be bold with it as well. You got to learn the art of saying that and knowing how to do it. So when you set clear boundaries, a lot of times you can sit here and just basically say, to that one person or to that two people. And once again, if it's a room full of people, something might be wrong with you, but if it's one or two people, you might say, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. You can say it to them, separately. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel like we're working out. Don't sit here and say, you are so toxic for me. I'm a Christian and you're not. That's so mean. I'm sorry. That's just not good ethic language to you. That's the language to use, so don't, because then it's like separates, like you're better than them. No, just say, you know what? Hey, I just don't feel, maybe sometimes we blend that good, like oil and water. And to be honest with you, I feel like that maybe we don't agree on anything, and I truly love you, but I just really can't, I don't feel like I need to be around you right now in my life. Don't say forever. Just say, I just don't feel like right now I need to be around you. I'm once again, I hope and pray you understand. And maybe you might need to feel the same way towards me. If we are toxic to one another, you've got to use that language, folks, because you don't want to sit here and point the finger as if they're sent straight a demon from hell and you're all pure and holy. Be real, be honest. Let your ego finally go out the front door and be real and say, you know what, the truth is, I might be a little toxic for you. And I'm okay with that because I don't have a big ego trip, Don't say I've been a Christian 43 years and I've never been talked to this evil, this bad. Oh my God, you use language that's so horrible to me, Don't do that, folks. There's nothing worse in life to me than a holier than thou person. Just say, hey, you know what? I just feel like we don't get along that good. Sometimes oil and water just doesn't mix. And maybe you might feel the same way, but I feel like maybe right now is a good time for us to maybe set some boundaries and just give it some time. Give it some time because, time can heal our wounds and time can change because I'm going to change and you're going to change because we just change in the future. and you can just be plain and simple. And maybe time will do something within both of us. But I really feel I need to set boundaries right now with you. It's just healthy for me at the moment. And I really pray maybe it's going to be healthy for you as well. Maybe it could, maybe towards myself. That's the kind of language you use. That's healthy language, folks. When people call me and say, well, I told my mother I was sorry and I need to set boundaries, and now she hates me even more. And I'm like, I bet she does, because I'm curious to be a fly on the wall to see how you talk to her. So you got to think, if somebody's going to be angry at you, it's possibly you might have said it the wrong way. If somebody says, or maybe they might get frustrated and say, really, you think would I do that? That's understandable. Then you can say, yeah, I mean, I love you. I really do. But I just think it's healthy for both of us. I mean, you included me, it's healthy for both of us. And I really just need time and space right now. That's what you do. I almost guarantee they're not going to become angry with you. They're going to get mad and frustrated or aggravated. But if they get really mad at you for using that kind of language, then you know what? They're worse off than you think they are. Then I would definitely say, see, this is the anger you're portraying when I'm including me and you, saying that both of us can be toxic to one another. So I hope you're seeing yourself through your anger and your trigger, from this. So once again, I'm really sorry. Then you can go that route. But whatever you do, don't get in the mode of like me versus you. I'm better than you. As a Christian, I can't tolerate your language. I mean, that's really, honestly, that's like, here, let me shoot you in the butt, in the face, the butt, because that's really harsh, ugly language. Don't do that. Don't do it. Know how to talk. One of the things I'm learning to teach people is learn how to talk to people. Learn how to talk to people. All right. If you can't learn to talk to people and find a common ground, you don't need to be public speaking. You don't need to be really publicly at all talking, right? Because you can't take the attitude, that it's always about you and that you're the good person. Hey, Jesus knows our hearts more than we do. And we all have fallen short in sin and fallen short of glory of God. So you know what? The heart can be deceitful at times. But if you speak from the genuineness of your heart and include both parties and say we and us, and the truth is, you might be toxic towards them too. Have you ever thought about that? But see, the ego doesn't want to hear that. If you struggle with what I'm saying right now, you got an ego trip problem, because the ego lets you know every time, no, it's always everybody, but never me. Then you got an ego issue. Right? So I wanted to start off today to lay this foundation. And once again, we will continue this next week. I'll make a note. We're going to continue this next week, because I really do believe that it's healthy that each one of us begin to get on this journey to know how to deal with toxic people, especially within the family. Blood is strong and thick, and sometimes it's hard to overcome that, to say, do I walk away? Do I not walk away? What do I do? So we'll continue this next week, but definitely stay tuned tonight, folks, because we've got an amazing journey tonight on our Prophetic Live Night event. Once again, 6 p.m. Central Time. So have a blessed, wonderful day, and I will talk to each one of you tonight. And also, don't forget, as we close, I always say this: if you don't like your day, I have great news for you. Change your thoughts, you'll change your life. God bless you. Hey, folks, thank you for tuning in today on YouTube. And don't forget to stay tuned tonight. Be a part of this. It's going to be a great adventure tonight. All right. We're going to have a party tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time here on YouTube and on Instagram. All right. Have a good day.